Previously on the Frontier Farmer. We have seen our burr orchard absolutely spring into life. There we go, this is everything but the plums. But here we go, farm shop, a lovely delivery of fruit for you. Let's get unloaded. And I'm going to be taking the bulldozer back to the homestead because we are going to need to be using it to clear a space. So we'll grab our trusty chainsaw, and then I think for old time's sake I'm going to use the farmall to come and winch them. Looks like there's a new shack that's been set up here. Our charcoal production. Our marmalade factory. But here we go, our plums are deposited. Right, here you go, Granny. Some of the finest wool in the dark forest, if not the only wool in the dark forest. I think next month, hopefully some of our harvests are ready to come in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Frontier Farmer at the Dark Forest. We are now in July, and summer is in full swing, and that's because we have farm side field ready to harvest. Our oats have turned a lovely golden colour, which is fantastic. This is the first harvest of this season, which will be good. Now in the distance as well, probably can't see it, but Newfield is also ready for its next mow, so we are going to see to that later on today. First of all, we have got some produce to pick up, then we'll switch to our oat harvest, and then we'll look to try and get the grass cut in Newfield, but I have a slightly different tactic for that. In terms of produce, we are going to the marmalade factory first, which we constructed last month alongside a couple of other things, Granny's knitwear and also a coal manufacturing plant, which Chuck informed us about. I can see I am early again. We've finally got the gate unlocked, but yes, the warden of the marmalade factory only comes and unlocks the gates at 9 o'clock and then locks them again firmly at 8 o'clock. So we will have to wait until 9 for them to open up, and hopefully we can grab some plum marmalade. Can't see any yet, but hopefully it is in there. And in terms of Stone Enfield, our canola is in the last stage of growth, so it's a nice lovely yellow colour, and this will turn a dark golden colour ready for us to harvest in August, which will be good. Now I think the orchard is looking a little bit bare because we have run out of manure, and we could also put compost in here, but we haven't got any compost yet. So I'm thinking, once we've got some time after the harvests, we might have to see about setting up a compost bin so we can take the organic waste out of the orchard and put it into the composter to make compost, and then that will help give the orchard natural fertilizer. It has turned 9 o'clock and the gate has been unlocked. Fantastic. Right, I think we'll go the... Oh, wrong door. We'll go the longer way around just so we can angle the trailer through, and I'm hoping we're going to have some nice plum marmalade to pick up and take to the farm shop, and then we can go past Granny's knitwear, and then we can also go check in on Chuck at the coal plant. Right, it's a bit of a tight squeeze this, but I'm hoping we're going to be able to navigate it. Easy does it. There we go. And we have a pallet of what looks like plum marmalade. It's quite a lot of vehicles in this courtyard, which I have to navigate around. But here we go, let's hop out and see, ooh, our plum marmalade. 1,000 litres. I think there's probably some more that we can extract from the processing building here. There we go, it's all packaged up, jarred, got its nice little flannel cover on top. Fantastic. I can't actually believe it, but we have got 20,000 litres of marmalade because we've made a lot of plums. We've still got 13,500 litres of plums that have come from the orchard. So yeah, we're going to need to spawn some of these, and then what I think we'll do is get one of the marmalade workers to do some trips back and forth from the farm shop. Plumtastic, there we go. We've got 4 pallets, and I think these are light enough for me to lift up, which is good. And yeah, I don't want to take too many pallets because we have got some of Granny's knitwear to pick up as well, and then we want to get some coal on here. So I could do multiple trips, but I'm just thinking that we've got a harvest today to crack on with, and then potentially the mowing as well. So I will take some and then leave it for the other workers to deliver on our behalf. There we go, 4 pallets stacked up there quite nicely. We'll get them strapped so they are kept safe. And let's head over to Granny's knitwear to see what she has got in store for us. Now, I think I failed to mention that I've done a little bit of digging and put a track in behind the orchard so we can safely get to the marmalade factory without encroaching on Tim's memorial, which is behind the trees in front of us. But there we go, can escape here. Might have to widen this track because need a bit of a turning circle to get in and out, but here we go. We've widened this section to make it nice and easy. Right, to Granny's knitwear. That water looks nice and crisp, perfect for a swim. Oh, hang on, I think Barkamus is having a swim in there. Hope you're being careful, boy. Right, we've made it to Granny's, so let's see what she has got for us. Well, Granny's done pretty well. I think we put around nearly 4,000 litres of wool in here, and she's turned it into 1,000 litres of cloves. Just under 2,000 litres of wool left, so yeah, we should be able to get another 1,000 litres, I imagine. But yeah, let's get these cloves out and see what they look like. Only the latest fashion from Granny. There we go, let's lift this up and get it on the trailer. So just the 1 pallet, maybe we could have taken some more plums, but I am slightly concerned that we've got more coal to deliver than we've got space for. But we will see. There we go, that's loaded up. Strap it on into West Creek, and oh boy, looks like our potatoes have grown quite a lot. I did not think potato plants grew so tall, but yeah, I imagine they die off as they get towards the maturity stage. Here we go, we are at the coal factory. It is churning away. I can see the smoke pouring out, so let's get some loaded. Oh, so we've got 8,000 litres of charcoal plus 1 pallet that's already there. So I think what we'll do is we'll get another 3 out, so we've got 4 in total. And there's a good amount of wood here that's being processed and delivered routinely, so this should be quite a good earner in the long run, and we'll keep our citizens of Lake Point well stocked with charcoal for when the winter arrives and they need to burn it for the winter fuel. Ah yes, the old Carvo vegetal, or coal. I'm not sure where they get this packaging from, but yeah, it is obviously not from around here. It seems to be in different languages. Same for the packaging at the butchers, it all seems to be in Spanish or Italian. But there we go, that's 1 bit of charcoal up there. Let's get the others loaded. There we go. I'm glad I left a good amount of space because the charcoal seems to be quite a bit bulkier. Right, let's do a U-turn and get to the farm shop and see how much we can fetch. Over the bridge and into Riverways. And the good thing is that our merry workers of Lake Point and Riverways are going to be handling the deliveries for us in the future, but we always take the inaugural amount to the farm shop for sale. So here we go, let's get this unloaded, give them a toot, and oh, there we go, getting quite a good amount, $20,801. Pretty good haul. Right, that's this morning's deliveries made. We'll head off out this way and get ready for the oat harvest. Now we probably need to set up the IFA and the trailer first for us to deposit our oats into. But to be fair, the field is very close, in fact right next to the silo, so we could deposit the oats in there directly if we wanted to, but the trailer just adds a good amount of ease. It's probably not good for the harvester to keep doing lots of runs back and forth from the silo. We want to make our lives as easy as possible. So I'm thinking we'll dispatch the lorry and trailer just up here on the side, and then yes, we'll get the harvesting underway. Good to be getting back in the New Holland. Let's fire it up. Hopefully it's gonna start after a bit of cold storage. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, let's get fired up. We did service it before it's mothballing over winter, so it should be all good. And oh, I think I've just reminded myself, yep, we don't have a hitch on the back of the harvester, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some of my own elbow grease to pull this trailer out. There we go, good amount of brawn went into pulling the trailer out from the shed. Luckily it's got a front wheel, so when the brakes are off you can just pull it and roll it out of the shed. Header attached, and I've also just remembered that we are going to get straw as a byproduct from this harvest, so could look to bale the straw, or we could actually utilise our new forage wagon and collect the straw to put in the hayloft. I think that's probably the better option in my opinion, the latter option of the forage wagon. But let's turn around here, we'll go this way round the field. We need to unfold the harvester. There's not much to unfold, just a couple of flaps from the hopper. There we go. And we can get fired up. Make sure we are depositing the swath, which I hope we are. And we can get the oat harvest underway. And shut her down now that the last of the straw has been deposited, and that is the oat harvest all done and seen to. Now it's not the straightest of rows or lines. Main reason for that is I was trying to find the longest edge, and I kind of cut through the middle after I'd done the headland, and that meant I was cutting kind of against the grain of the drill or planting lines, but that's not too much of an issue. And I was trying to avoid heaps and swath straw with the thresher, as yeah, you don't want to be getting straw buried and stuck in the harvester thresher. So yeah, I was trying to avoid any existing straw swaths on the ground as I was harvesting around them. Here we go, last of the oats going in from the hopper. We've done 3 deposits, one near enough, I think 95% hopper full from the 2 headlands, and then 2 kind of third or half loads, and it'll be interesting to see how much oats we have got. It's all going to go in the silo, predominantly for I think horse feed and wheat, which is going to be good for us in the long run. We of course did make some flour from our oats last season, so we put oats in farm side field in order to replenish the stocks. Now it's finally time for me to park something else in this field, and it's going to be the New Holland, hoping it can back up into here with the header attached. And I'm not going to detach the header because next month we have got the canola harvest, so it makes sense for me to just keep it attached. I don't think it's going to fit, but oh, I didn't want to reverse there, I've just given it a slight little nudge. What we can do is we can actually reverse in on this end. This shed is quite versatile for space, and it'll be parked a different way to the Challenger Terragator, but that's not too much of an issue. We've got plenty of space in here, so we can just lower down the header to the ground and shut down the harvester. Or we do need to hold it back up. There we go, it's done a grand job, and it can stay parked here for the next few weeks until August, when our canola is ready to harvest. Now we have got to do something with the straw. I'd like to get this picked up if we can, so get the forage wagon in a moment. I think I'm going to leave mulching the stalks of the oats until later on, just because conscious of time and we need to get on to the mowing of Newfield. 14,455 litres. Not bad at all. Oats can go in the main silo, and you can sort of collect from here or put a little bit in the smaller silo near the animals for the horses in the next few weeks. But there we go, only a short trip over to the silo. Probably could have deposited the oats from the harvester into the silo, but that's not too much of an issue. Right, I am going to be needing this trailer for the grass harvest that's to come this afternoon, and perhaps that's given you a bit of a hint as to the mode of collecting the grass that we're going to use. But I'm not going to use the IFA just because I think a heavy full truckload of grass is going to be too much for the IFA to handle. But it's pulling on my heartstrings now. I do absolutely adore the IFA, so we'll give it a go, and if it starts to struggle we will switch to the Iveco. So yeah, I'm changing my mind there, but yeah, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for the IFA, and it's probably going to be a nice combo with what it'll be working with in Newfield mowing up the grass. Just push that trailer back in the shed out of the way. And yes, next is the straw collecting, so we'll go get the international harvester and then grab the forage wagon. Go through the animal farm, and yes, the cows are looking a little bit full. It's a bit of a tight space for them all, so I think we're going to take some of our eldest cows over to chuck at some point to make some beef. It'd be sad to see them go, but such is the nature of farming. Right, where is the international? I think it's probably through the gates here. And oh, where have I parked it? I remember now, we stashed it in here in one of our original sheds. Now it is absolutely filthy, this thing, so I'm wondering if I should just give it a quick clean before we get in and into the straw collecting. There we go, that's looking good, much more befitting a tractor of the homestead, although I do like the dirty look, makes it look well used. Forage wagon is here, And I think I'm going to change tactics slightly. I think the straw we collect I will deposit first of all into the dovecote, as we need that to make manure. This straw is really going to restock the manure levels that we need for organic fertilizer. And yeah, let's get started. Turn that on. I've got to remember that the collection point is at the rear. So yeah, we'll get this collected, take to the dovecote, and then if that gets full, I'm not sure it's going to, but if it does, we'll start taking it to the hayloft. Raised up and shut down. That is all the straw minus a few scraps collected up. Now I'm just going to check the dovecote because I think the capacity is full, as it stopped me from depositing on the last run, and I'm not quite sure whether we can actually drop loose straw into the hayloft, but I'm just going to get lined up to see if it allows me to. Yes, the dovecote is full and busy processing, so it's got just under 100,000 litres and it's making some good manure. Now we could get the manure to distribute to the orchard, but I don't want to spend all of our manure on the orchard and keeping that up and running, because we will need some manure to do the natural fertilising on some of our fields. So it looks like we can drop the rest of our straw in the hay loft. That is good, and we should have a good quantity. We can just quickly check whilst that is emptying to see how much we have got. We've got 147,000 litres of straw. That is pretty good. Right, we can get the forage wagon parked up now, and then it's going to be on to the grass mowing of Newfield, for which I'm going to have to pop to West Creek to pick up a piece of machinery. Will all make sense once I explain it. There we go. Can shut down International, and we'll make the slow but fairly short walk over to West Creek. Here we go, good old West Creek. And yeah, things are looking pretty good on this farm so far. The potatoes, as we saw earlier, have grown to a decent enough height. I think they should be ready next month. So one of the reasons why I want to get on with the mowing, because we want to try and get as many cuts as we can this year. If we mow now, we might be able to squeeze in another cut at the end of the year, because it would be good to replenish the hay. Yeah, the potatoes are looking pretty good, and I'm hoping that these will be ready to harvest next time. But what are we here at West Creek for? We are here for the forage harvester. Here it is. Right, we need to drop off this header and we'll be going to the distribution centre to get a different header. We will drop this off in there, hurtle our way to the distribution centre. Now, you might have guessed it, we are indeed going to the distribution centre to pick up a different header that is going to allow us to cut the grass and funnel it into a trailer using the forage harvester. But of course we will need some help from a loyal worker in order to do that, and I think Richard is going to meet us at the homestead for that very task. So this is what we came for, the New Holland FS22 sickle head, and this is used for cutting the grass, and I think it can also chop wheat and other grain crops to effectively turn them into chaff. But yeah, this is going to cut grass for us and then push it through the forage harvester, through the auger pipe, and we will have a trailer to run alongside. But yeah, 5 meters wide and it's $5,000, so let's buy it. Okay, we will get it attached, and I'm hoping that this is going to work as I have planned. There's always something that tends to go wrong, but we'll see how it goes. So the plan is Richard is going to come join me at the homestead. He's going to drive the forage harvester around Newfield, and then we are going to run carting duty from the field to the silage bunker, where we've already got some grass from the last mow, and we'll get that deposited in there, and then probably not today, but maybe next month we'll get that compacted and covered up. We'll see how well it is compacted once we've reversed in and dropped off lots of grass. New field has been harvested, so we can drive straight across, and aha, I think I can see Richard there just by the rock. He is a good friend of ours, Richard. He's always loyal and trustworthy. Right, we will just park up where we're going to be starting and get Richard in the driver's seat. There we go. I think Richard is set up and ready to go, so we best jump in the truck so we can do some of the carting. Fire it up and let's get over there. Got limited time this afternoon and I think it's going to be a big job, so let's crack on with the forage harvest. Richard will do the harvesting, we'll do the carting and get the grass into the bunker. And there we go. The grass forage has been completed. I think some victory tooting is in order, and that is all the grass cleared from Newfield. I think Richard's just nipped off behind the tree to excuse himself because it's been a long old job in the forage harvester for him, and it seems like he changes into work clothes when he is working away on the equipment. But yes, we have had 2 full loads, and then the last load is just got 60% in. But I've got to be honest, I don't think that job could have gone better if I had tried. It seemed to all go to plan. The forage harvester header did a fantastic job of mowing, and then the forage harvester churned it up and spat it through the pipe into our truck and trailer. And it was very quick at sort of mowing and running, and we didn't fill up too quickly because we've got a good capacity trailer. I think we're about 40,000 litres we can take in this. So yeah, all in all, I think that worked pretty efficiently. So my thoughts are, later on in the season, hopefully we can get another cut, and I'm wondering if we can somehow use a similar but slightly different attachment on the forage harvester to collect up some hay swath. I plan to mow Newfield again if it is ready at the end of the season, and we'll mow it out so it's not in a swath. Then we'll ted it, and then hopefully we can... oh, can't be performed there we go, slightly too far back. Yes, if we mow that again we can get it tedded into hay, windrow it, and then we can see if one of the forage harvester headers will collect up hay swath. Might need to do some configuring to get it to work. But there we go, that's the last of the grass dropped in there. Whilst the trailer's descending, we will go in and see how much we have got. We have got, wow, 270,746 litres. And it's 61% compacted, so not too bad. And to be fair, I didn't do too bad a job with depositing the grass in here. Reversing up and dropping it off and then creeping forward seemed to be the best way. But we'll get the bulldozer or the curvettes here sometime later to do the compacting. And then we'll get it covered up. And any silage that we get out of there is going to go into this silage bunker here. Now there is silage actually in here despite it looking like it's empty. There's 42,000 litres in here, so I might see to demolish and reconstruct this to see if that gets the pile of silage working. because it looks a bit odd being empty. But there we go. We can park up the truck and trailer. It's done a grand job carting. There we go. Aha, I think I can see Richard in the forage harvester there. He is setting off for the return run to take the forage harvester back to West Creek. We will see you later, Richard. Take care. In his work clothes again. He's a funny chap. Oh! Watch out for the fence, Richard. There we go. He's off on his way again safely. He has taken a sizable chunk out of the fence though. Ah, but what a busy day it has been. We picked up some marmalade, clothing and charcoal, took that to the farm shop. We harvested our oats, it's in the silo now, and then we bought a new forage harvester attachment, and Richard helped us out doing the forage harvesting of Newfield, collecting all the grass. It's in the bunker. We'll get that compacted next time. Also next time we will have the canola harvest in Stone Enfield, and the potatoes should be ready at West Creek. We'll also have to turn some of our attention to field prep. But that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Got any tips, tricks or things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. All there's left to say is I hope to see you again next time on The Frontier Farmer. And until then, catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.